my name is Jeremy Broun. Some of the older woodworkers amongst you will be familiar with my routing jigs. Now, when you're new to routing, you'll soon become aware of a couple of things. You need a router table, and that it really deserves its own designated router. There's so much choice today in routers, and yet curiously, when it comes to inverting a router into a table, very few have the most important feature. I'm not talking about the size of the table, as it's a myth that you need a large table, but I am talking about adjusting the height of the cutter. From my vast array of routers accumulated over the years, there is only one router that I've come across that features cutter height adjustment control from where it should be, from the tabletop. But even this manufacturer has not fully exploited the strength of their feature, so I decided to do so. I've converted the basic router kit into a very low-cost, easy-to-build router table by drilling just 5 holes to the base plate, and of course adding some softwood for the frame. Now 4 of the holes are to secure the pressed steel plate to a simple framework, and the other larger hole allows the novel winding handle to pass through. Now there are 2 important things to point out here. I didn't have the right size drill for my prototype, and I rather cack-handedly opened up the hole that I did drill with a round file. And the other thing is that this is a prototype which is hot melt glued together. I used an MDF offcut for the table insert ring, and of course different ones can be easily made for different diameter cutters. The straight fence is very easy to use, and a facing strip can be added. Another feature of this particular router is the ease of changing collets and cutters. When the collet is fully protruding, it automatically locks the spindle, so just one spanner is used. And hey presto, the winding handle performs with ease and accuracy. I added to the framework hanging space for the optional collets and the spanner. Now I must say I don't particularly like the safety switch on this router, but it could be locked on and a separate switch wired in. For many routing tasks, a large table is not necessary. If you think about it logically, when using a router in its normal mode, the surface making contact with the wood is the router base plate, and that's exactly what I've used for the table, the very same base plate. Even if the wood is not perfectly flat and wood can bow, it still does the job perfectly. So for a beginner to routing, this setup is ideal. The router itself actually releases almost instantly with its turn screws, so you can then use the router for guide bush routing, or even my novel method of fast plunge routing. Both the table and a creative range of routing techniques are featured in the new revised hardback edition of my book, and that also includes links to online video content, so it's a perfect learning package. Well, thanks for watching, and please visit my website to see the full range of my publications.